This is iFIBER 1 News. Here are today's top stories.
Right now, this is as close as civilians can get to riding on the Mitsubishi regional jet.
Drivers can expect major delays on Monday and Tuesday as the State Route 282 overpass in Ephrata will be closed for the water main replacement project. Grant County Sheriff's Office Marine deputies are patrolling this weekend looking for impaired boaters as part of a nationwide event.
Last week, Big Bend Community College announced Moses Lake assistant coach Jose Tenguma.
From the iFIBER 1 newsroom, this is iFIBER 1 News. And it starts now.
Right now, this is as close as civilians can get to riding on the Mitsubishi regional jet. The Japanese aircraft company announced this week it's more than halfway through the test program for the new plane. U.S. and Japanese journalists were invited on a 2-day junket to Grant County International Airport, where Mitsubishi carries out its experimental flights. The jet seats 76 to 88 people depending on model. For city-hopping commuter flights, Mitsubishi test pilots have logged more than 2,000 hours of flight on the MRJ, sometimes in rough conditions.
But for me personally, it's just been very interesting to spend a lot of time in ice when on the line you typically try to stay out of that stuff and get out of it as quickly as you can. We'll spend a lot of time in ice and then come out with a good amount of accumulation and go through in clear air maneuvers to demonstrate the good flying qualities and characteristics of the aircraft.
まず機体に対しての好きなところ、特徴的なところですけど。
What I like about the MRJ is the shape of the aircraft, lean, very nice, beautiful looking aircraft. Also, we have the very wide front side of the cockpit, which gives me a lot of viewing capability, which is very important for awareness for pilots.
Mitsubishi Aircraft built its Moses Lake Flight Test Center in 2014. The MRJ's first test flight happened a year later in Nagoya, Japan. Since then, the company's undergone some delays in preparing for certification. The first models likely won't take commercial flight until at least 2020. That will keep test pilots like Yasumura and Trout busy at the Moses Lake Airport for a few years to come. Jefferson Robbins, iFIBER 1 News.
This segment is brought to you by...
Change doesn't have to be complicated. With a low-profile microwave hood combination that's ready to install right out of the box. It fits in the same space as your under-cabinet hood, so you can get your microwave off the countertop and make space for the routines worth keeping. The low-profile microwave hood combination, from the #1 selling appliance brand in the USA.
Whirlpool Appliances, now available at more furniture in Ephrata.
Drivers can expect major delays on Monday and Tuesday as the State Route 282 overpass in Ephrata will be closed for the water main replacement project. On Monday, crews from Granite Construction will begin working in the SR 282 intersection at the overpass. Detour routes will be in place using Nat Washington Way, A Street, and Dotson Road. City officials say depending on the work and unmarked underground challenges, the construction in the area could take longer. Adding the contractor's goal is to finish the work in the overpass area to avoid any future closures during the project. Delays are expected to be significant on Basin Street from the overpass to about 14th Avenue Southwest. Traffic will generally be two-way with diverted lanes, although one-lane traffic with a flagger is possible. Granite construction crews are replacing close to 4 miles of water line, some sections dating back to the 1950s, from Oasis Park to 8th Avenue Northeast. The project is estimated to cost about $2.62 million, and the bulk of the funding is being provided by the state's Drinking Water Revolving Loan Program. This is Joe Utter for iFIBER 1 News.
This segment is brought to you by...
Your taste buds bored? Well, then bring them to Jay's Teriyaki. Not only does Jay's have a variety of teriyaki dishes, they also offer mouth-watering salads and sides. Call Jay's 509-764-5155. Jay's Teriyaki, located at 123 East Broadway in Moses Lake, because it's all in the sauce.
Grant County Sheriff's Office Marine deputies are patrolling this weekend looking for impaired boaters as part of a nationwide event. Law enforcement agencies from across the country are patrolling bodies of water Friday through Sunday during Operation Dry Water, a campaign geared toward raising awareness of the dangers of boating under the influence of drugs or alcohol. The state's boating under the influence law, which makes it illegal to operate a boat with a blood alcohol content level of 0.08% or higher, applies to all boats, including kayaks, canoes, rowboats, and inflatable rafts. Boating under the influence is a gross misdemeanor that carries a maximum fine of $5,000 or up to 364 days in jail. In 2017, 15% of all fatal boating accidents were the result of boat operators using alcohol or drugs. In Washington, there have been 57 deaths related to boating under the influence between 2006 and 2016. More information on Operation Dry Water can be found online at boatsober.org. This is Joe Utter for iFIBER 1 News.
Last week, Big Bend Community College announced Moses Lake assistant coach Jose Tanguma would be heading their men's wrestling program. Tanguma has experience as a wrestler on the high school and college level himself, wrestling at North Idaho College. After 5 years as an assistant in Warden and 1 year as an assistant at Moses Lake, Tanguma was not expecting to get the job at Big Bend.
I didn't think about applying because I was enjoying my time in Moses Lake, coaching there. Jaime, he's the head coach for Moses, came and talked to me, and hey, I think they want you to apply. And I was like, okay, yeah. So once in a lifetime opportunity, so I took it.
With wrestling season starting this winter, Tanguma has been hard at recruiting for his program. He's been successful in the 2 weeks he's been recruiting into finding men willing to wrestle for Big Bend.
I got 17 committed right now. I'm trying to get 20 by the end of the week. And I want to fill that roster up, have 25 kids at least. We got 3 here from Warden. I got 1 from Moses Lake right now, Pablo Mejia. And I got a couple kids from Quincy. I got a couple kids from Ephrata right now. I've talked to a lot of kids. They're very excited. A lot of them, they just want to keep wrestling. They want to further their education, but also keep wrestling.
Fans will get a first look at Tanguma's team this coming wrestling season in the winter. I'm Adam Chikoski for iFIBER 1 Sports.
This is iFIBER 1 News. For more information on these stories and other news, visit us online at iFiber1.com or check us out on Facebook.